Welcome to The Gap Closer, a youth television program hosted, produced, and written by kids ages 7 to 19. Our show is designed to help close the communication gap between youth and adults. Hi, I'm Kaylani.
I'm Dominic Sarno. Kaylani, I love your hair.
Thank you. Looking back on your life now, what would you change while you were growing up?
You know, I don't think I would change anything. Springfield, born, bred, and proud. Great family. My mom and dad. My dad's a barber, and my mom's a seamstress. Brothers and sisters, and I have a wonderful family now. And I'm happy with the way that it's gone because I've been able to the way they brought me up. Hard work ethic, be responsible, respectful, and earn everything that you get. So I'm happy with my life right now.
Do you have kids and how old are they?
I do. I have a daughter, Cassandra, who is 15, soon to be 16, and driving. And I have a younger daughter, Karina, or Kiara, who is 13, and they have bright, sparkly eyes just like you.
What were your grades like in school?
They weren't that bad. You probably had better grades than I did, but they were, you know, some A's, some B's, a couple of C's, but I always tried to do the best that I could. But my grades were pretty good. Sometimes I made the honor roll, sometimes I did, but they were pretty good.
Mine are all A's.
Okay, I'm not surprised, Kaylani, okay? Maybe you could tutor me a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you like school?
Yes, I did. I did like school. I went to Springfield Public Schools and White Street School. Did a little pit stop at Frederick Harris School, but mainly White Street, and then finished up Washington Street School and Kylie Junior High, the High School of Commerce, AIC, and Westfield State. I enjoyed school. I enjoyed learning and playing ball, and I made some great lifelong friends of all creed, colors, and backgrounds. And the time I was going to school was much like a family atmosphere with teachers, staff, and all my fellow students and kids. So I enjoyed school.
I don't just like school, I love
You
school.
love school. That's why you have straight A's, and I didn't have straight A's. I'm going to tell Oprah Winfrey to watch out. For you.
What was your vision for the city of Springfield?
You know, my vision is urban centers have many challenges across America, but there's a lot of good in the city of Springfield, and I'm sitting here with a good young lady. I think I go back to a couple things. You know, people don't agree all the time, and there's disagreements, but family, to a family and respectful society, and that's tough to get at times here, but 99% of my vision, or 100% of my vision, is that for people to better understand each other, respect each other, and get along. And I think if we did that, we'd have a better society. So that is my basic summation of my vision for the city of Springfield.
What is the vision for your life?
I've always wanted to help people or help causes. I always wanted, no matter what, we're far from perfect, but people would say, hey, you did a good job. He was respectful, he was honest, and really cared about the city of Springfield as if it is my family, which in a way it is my second family. So that's how I feel.
My name is Alex.
Alex, I'm Dominic Sarno. It's nice to meet you. You look very sharp with that tie.
Did you have an easy life growing up?
I had a good life growing up. We, you know, you had what you needed, and maybe not what we wanted. And I came from a regular middle-class family and hardworking blue-collar parents. And I never thought we wanted for anything. And it was a simpler life compared to the life that you kids go forward with now. But it was a life that school was important, playing ball, and doing some hard work and following through. But good life coming up.
Did you ever give in to peer pressure?
I think we all have, especially when we're younger and we're not sure of ourselves. And it's tough to stand on your own 2 feet sometimes. But you come to a point in time where your head, your heart, your gut, you get that sixth.
One more question. Not from the paper.
Okay.
How do you feel about your parents?
I love my parents. Love my parents. I've always been very supportive and always there for me. As I said, we always had enough of what we needed, and never knew that we wanted for anything. But I think it was just the point in time that they taught respect and responsibility. Alex did a good job, buddy. Thank you.
I'm calling.
Oh, Dominic Sarno, nice to meet you.
How did you get this job?
Besides through hard work, education, and that was the key, and also getting to know people and getting to know people from street level all the way up. But education is the key, so you can know and respect the population that you're dealing with. And then becoming involved in a lot of volunteer efforts when it came to community causes and working with other politicians. But I think the key for anybody, whatever career they move forward in, and I think you heard that from Mr. Flowers, a photographer, is education. You have to have a good basis of education and a good, strong family background.
What is...
Okay.
3, 2, 1. What is your education level, and do you plan to continue your education?
I learn every day. My education level is a college degree. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, and also have a political science background. But every day I learn. Every day.
Why do you love working with the youth?
Young kids inspire me, and in turn I hope that I inspire them. And I think a lot of times people give up on our kids, and sometimes all kids need is a little reinforcement, a little motivation, and sometimes when a good job is done, a pat on the back, and sometimes when not a good job is done, or you stray away, a stern but respectful straightening out of what way you should go. So everybody always says the kids are our future, and that's true because I was a kid too. And I hope someday that you could become mayor or even better on that. So kids are important, and youth development is important. I think sometimes we give up on our kids, or families give up on their own kids sometimes way too early.
What advice would you give to kids who stay in trouble?
Who stay in trouble?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody deserves a second chance if that trouble is not too out of line. But I think that one key word, one key phrase, if somebody was going to do it to you, or to someone you loved or cared about, and you didn't like that, then you know it's wrong. And that's the way you should move forward about not getting yourself into jams. I think education is key. If you have the education and knowledge, you're able to better understand. You know, people, we're all different, but in a lot of ways we're all alike if we take the time to respect each other. So I think the biggest thing is that kids that constantly get in trouble need to learn the definition of respect and follow up.
What advice would you give to kids who don't listen to their parents?
The advice I would give them is that, and I never thought I'd be saying this when people said, wait until you have your own kids. But remember that your parents put that roof over your head, put the clothes on your body, put that food on the table, provide you with what you need. And if you think it's better somewhere else, if unfortunately that child has to be put somewhere or locked up or put in a halfway house, they're going to find out that the grass is not green around the other side of the fence. So remember that next time when you want to mouth off to your mom or dad, or even worse. And you know when you get in trouble and you think that these so-called friends of yours are going to be there for you, if you get in trouble, you know who's usually there for you? It's your mom, your dad, your grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, sister, brother, not the people that egged you on. That's my feeling.
Hi, my name is Tyrone.
Tyrone, Dominic Sarno, nice to meet you.
Thank you. Explain what your job responsibilities are.
Well, you go to school, right? And you have a teacher, and you have a principal, and you have parents, and the principal is in charge of the school, the teacher is in charge of your room, and your parents are in charge of you and your home. Well, I'm in charge of the city, so I'm the caretaker of the whole city of Springfield to move it forward and deal with the good things that happen in our city, and probably more importantly, try to solve the problems that happen in urban America. So, just trying to give you an analogy. With a lot of good team members, and I know today you're going to interview a key team member of mine, my chief of staff, Denise Jordan. With the team, we work together to make sure that the city is a good place for you to live, work, and play.
Mayor Sarno, do you feel like you are making a difference in the city of Springfield?
I do. There are some days, though, that things happen, and you could say to yourself, what more can I do, or is it worth, am I doing enough, or there's nothing that can be done. And then comes that thank you, a genuine thank you, whether it's a card or a letter, or you run into somebody, or a phone call that you helped out their family, their situation, their street, their neighborhood, an issue, and that keeps you going. I think the big thing with this job is that you have to have passion. Retired Mayor Billy Sullivan, who was mayor well over 40 years ago, told me one time, in this job, you're going to get beat up left and right. You can never make everybody happy. And that has totally changed when he was mayor. It's 24/7 now. We live in an instant world. But he said that one word, you have to have that passion. If you don't have that passion, say, take the keys out of your pocket, put them on the desk, and walk out. Fortunately, I still have the passion for the city.
How many people live in the city of Springfield?
About 150, varies between 153,000 to 155,000 people in the city of Springfield.
That's a lot of people.
And you're included. How's that? So I think you're number 139,681. Like that?
Yeah.
You did a good job.
Hi, I'm Kaylani, and I am 6 years old. I am a reporter for the Gap Closer. Stay tuned and don't you go anywhere, okay? Okay.
So, are you going out tonight?
I can't. My parents say I have to be home right after work.
That's so gay.
Totally gay.
Ugh, that is so Emma and Julia.
Why are you saying that's so Emma and Julia?
Well, you know, when something is dumb or stupid, you say that's so Emma and Julia.
Who says that?
Everyone.
Imagine if who you are were used as an insult. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
me. Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite. Unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time. One book could be the first thing helps to change a life. People unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Hi, I'm Kasia, and we're back. If you've just tuned us in for the first time, our show is called The Gap Closer, where we aim to help close the communication between adults and youth. Just watch and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Hi, my name's Tyrell.
Tyrell, Dominic Sarno. Nice to meet you.
What is the best part of your job?
The best part of my job is when you're able to handle a situation and good comes about after that decision has been made. You can't dwell on a lot of victories because in an urban center there's always another fire that you have to put out every 5 minutes. But just when you see that, especially when it comes to young people, a twinkle in their eye, a smile on their face that something worked out for them, they not only believe in themselves, but they believe in the city. That's what keeps you going on it. So it could be a simple thing, like today, these interviews, or it could be a multi-million-dollar economic development project or deal that creates jobs and other things in the city. So it could be very simple or something complicated.
How did you feel about your parents?
Oh, I love my parents. Thank God they're still alive. My mom's going to be nearly 80 years old, and my father's about 77. They're still working. My father's a barber, cuts hair. Cut my hair, gave me a trim this past Saturday, and my mother is a seamstress, so she fixes clothes. So they were great parents. Maybe simple in nature, but wise in years of raising a good family.
What do you do when you hear kids have no hope in life or cannot see themselves out of life or poverty?
My job is to give them that hope. My job is to help them be able to believe in themselves. And my job, working with others who are more specialized than I am, is to empower these young people and their families that they can deal with any adversity that comes their way, learn from it, be better for it, and move on and be successful. So I guess I have to give them hope, and a lot of times I'll tell them my story. See, people see me in a suit and tie, or see Denise Jordan come up here and all professionally dressed and think everything was handed to us. It wasn't. Done plenty of things with my hands. I used to work with a flooring crew in between college stints. I used to do floors, supermarket floors, put them in overnight on that. So I guess I have to be there to, as in any leader, which you're a young leader now, to instill hope, a way to that opportunity, and then once they fulfill that, to make sure they give back to other people who are in need.
How do you stay motivated?
Passion, and I think just doing these interviews tonight, there's more work to be done. Though some days are tough days, don't get me wrong, and I can't make everybody happy. When you say no to somebody for something, they get mad, and they deal with it in different situations. But I think you stay motivated, knowing that you not only want to better yourself and your family. For me, I want to make sure that there's betterment for the people of the city. That motivates me. You can always do more. You can always do. There's always something else you can do.
And one more quick question: how many twins do you think there are in Springfield?
In Springfield, well, again, there's about 153,000 to 155,000 people that live in the city of Springfield. And you want to know how many twins are around the city of Springfield. Well, I can definitely tell you there's 2, you and your brother, so I'll stop at that. Good job. Thank you.
Nice seeing you again, Mayor Sarno.
Pleasure seeing you. You got a sharp tie there, young man.
Thank you. What are some major challenges and major perks of being Mayor of Springfield?
Major challenges are that being an urban center, we have urban challenge. I think the major challenge is that long term, we need to make sure that our population gets educated. If you have an educated population, no matter what creed, color, background, you're less likely to get caught in a vicious cycle of poverty and in public safety issues. So that's the biggest challenge. The key is to continue to provide opportunities for an educated public, and then it takes its course to make more opportunities open up for it.
There are so many extraordinary people here in Springfield.
And you are one of them.
Doing extraordinary things. Do you wish you had a closer, more personal connection with more citizens?
I think one thing, and I didn't coin this phrase, other people did, say that I'm the people's mayor. And that really warms my heart because, I can be in meetings with high-powered people, but I really love being out in the street. I really love dealing with young people, and I'm just a regular person. There's no airs to me, and there are many extraordinary people out there who do wonderful things. Some that are highlighted in the media, some that you never know, but they make a difference to a person's life or to a cause, and that's important. And you know what? Here's a saying. J.C. Watts, who was an All-American quarterback for Oklahoma University in the late 70s, early 80s. His parents were sharecroppers, so they farmed land that they didn't own for not much. And we are the city of first here, 52 inventions, innovations here. So really go out to the Museum of Springfield History. We have Merriam-Webster Dictionary right down the road. And there's a definition of character. So I'll never forget Mr. Watts was speaking, went on to become a congressman. And he says, I know the definition of character in the dictionary, but he says, my mama and my papa told me the definition of character is doing the right thing when nobody's looking. Because eventually we'll catch up to you. Those are extraordinary people.
Thank you. I know you're a strong believer in the importance of education.
Yes.
So what level of schooling, if you had to pick one, do you think is the most vital part of educational development?
2 levels. Hopefully it can derive from the home or family, but if not, preschool, the setup, the foundation, and then the leap into secondary education. In other words, whether it's college or technical training. Set the foundation, reach for the roof.
Are you excited about upcoming developments in Springfield with MGM? And could you give us a few details about it?
Well, I'm excited about working on 3 or 4 different fronts. Besides the casino aspect of MGM and Penn, who are 2 world-class developers here looking to spend potentially $1 billion in the city of Springfield, which brings a huge amount of much-needed tax revenue relief and host agreement money, thousands of jobs, vendor opportunities, spin-off and ancillary aspects. But we're also working to bring UMass, satellite campus of UMass downtown. We're working on rebuilding our city bigger and stronger off the tornado recovery and storm recoveries. We have other economic development projects going on. So I'm bullish on the city of Springfield. I believe the glass is half full. Do we have our challenges like other urban centers across America? We certainly do. But there is plenty of good people in the city of Springfield, no matter what creed, color, or background. And unfortunately, with the media at times, negativity sells. And I'll tell you one thing. I can't stand reality TV because the majority of the programs are negative. There are some good programs, but they're negative. And young people see that, and they want to emulate that. And that's wrong.
Thank you.
I'm Kimani. I'm Alex. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching The Gap Closer. See you